Welcome to Low Key PD. In this tutorial, we're going to explore how to add the different types of lines to a slide in Google Slides. So if you need some type of line in your slide, go to Insert, and right about halfway down you're going to get to Line. And if you hover over it, you're going to see 7 different options. The first one is what would generally be considered a line segment, although you can turn it into a line by adjusting the ends of it. So just so you can see what this looks like, once I have it selected, I'm going to click and hold my finger down. I have a touchpad here, and then I'm going to use one finger to drag on the touchpad to another point, and when I let go, it will just draw a segment from the first point to the last point. And if I need to adjust that, I can just grab the corner here, move it. Maybe it's not quite right, whatever. I can do whatever I need to. Or I can insert an arrow, which does basically the same thing, only now it's going to have an arrow on the end. And if I want to, I can change that arrow. I can make it bigger. I can change the design of that arrow. I can change it so that it's an arrow on both ends. I have options once I insert that arrow. I can change its color, its thickness, whatever. Right, if I go down to elbow connector, an elbow connector is typically something you're going to use to sort of draw a visual connection on the slide between two elements. So let's say I wanted to connect my word art to this little diagram over here. All right, so now I have this like elbow connector where it's all right angles. I do have some choices in terms of adjusting it. I can move this centerpiece to the left or to the right. So I could do that. Or if I don't like the way it looks, let me just grab this and move it out of the way. If I don't like the way it looks, maybe I want a little bit smoother feel to it, I can use a curved connector, and I can do this. All right, now I have a visual connection between those two elements, and it's curvy, it's not boxy and right angle-y. And so once I have this, I can move it. I still get this little yellow sprite in the middle, and if I want, I can change the way that looks in a lot of different ways. Or I can insert a curve. Now, what's going to happen with a curve is you're going to have a series of mouse clicks. So you're going to click once to start the curve, and then you're going to move your cursor, click again, and then as you move and click, it creates a smooth curve, and then when you get to the last little bit of your curve, you're just going to double click, and it defines this curve, and now I can pick up the whole curve and move it around and do whatever I need to. All right, I can also create what's called a polyline, which basically what this is going to do is you're going to click on your slide in order to create the vertices of a polygon. So I'm just going to do a bunch of random clicks, and then ideally I'm going to go right back to where I started, and when I get to that starting point, you'll notice it does kind of try to find it for me. And once I click on it again, I get a polygon. It fills it in with a fill color, and then now I can edit this and design it like any other shape, change its border, change its fill color, whatever. Or I can just do a scribble. Now, in order to do a scribble, you're going to click once and hold down your click, and then drag either your mouse or your touchpad in whatever design you want it to be, in whatever path you want to create. So I'm going to click once, and I'm just going to move my finger, my other finger on the mouse pad, doing whatever. Once I release it, I get this curve, which was basically just the exact same thing that I traced out with my scribble. So there's a lot of different types of lines that you can actually add to these Google Slides.